Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really, really excited to be with you with this session today. We're going to have a action-packed 30 minutes. Hopefully, we'll give you some really valuable takeaways that you can go and implement with your advisors and producers. All right, so today is the third in a three-part series. In our previous sessions, we focused on great tips and tricks for using the HPN University, including utilizing our new classroom training curriculum and enrolling courses and tracking results. Those are both two great ways to utilize the HPN University. And today we're going to focus on one key strategy to really strengthening engagement and performance using the HPN University Library, specifically the HPN Pro Series, which is our certificate-driven content. Quickly, I just want to introduce myself to those of you that may not have joined before. My name is Melissa Peck, and I'm the Director of Client Services here at HPN. I've been on the team about 15 years now, and over that time, I've had the privilege of working with so many of you in the field to really maximize performance and productivity with your advisors. Today's session was inspired by the book Good to Great, which was written by Jim Collins. And I wanted to share this quote at the beginning of each session just to keep us focused on our intention. Greatness is not a function of circumstance. Greatness, it turns out, is largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline. And that is such a great frame of reference for us as we kick off our new year. So first, a little bit of background and context about the HPN University itself. It is the most utilized digital content library in the industry. We actually have about 1,000 videos in our library today. We've got over 50,000 subscribers in over 25 countries around the world. Our platform offers a field-friendly learner experience with hundreds of microlearning videos and courses, and turnkey manager tools for training and coaching. This is a manager-driven resource that is designed to save you a ton of time and energy when you are managing and leading. So let's talk more about those specific turnkey manager tools and resources. They include coaching guides for learning paths so that you can have meaningful, constructive one-on-one coaching conversations. It includes skill assessments, worksheets that will help your advisors really reflect on their own skills and opportunities to improve. Classroom training resources, whether those be for virtual or in-person group instructor-led training. The ability to enroll courses to your advisors with just the click of a button, and that's a function we will zero in on a little bit later. And also the ability to run quick reports for accountability. That data is all available to managers on the back end of the site. And I would encourage you to check out our previous session, the recording of which is on YouTube, so that you can better understand how those reports can help you. But all of this great content that we have on the library and our functionality doesn't mean a lot if we can't ensure that learners are engaging with that digital learning. And across many different resources and research organizations, there really have bubbled up three main reasons why learners don't complete their digital learning. There's first the lack of interest. That could mean that they are not really willing to get into a platform like this and locate and browse for content that they're looking for, or they feel that maybe the content doesn't speak to them. There's also the lack of access or a perceived lack of access, any sort of complications that make it harder to get to and access great learning content. And also the lack of any sort of intrinsic or extrinsic reward, whether that is, gamification or a certification or any sort of pat on the back. Learners really want to have that that reward at the end of their process. So on today's session, we're going to look at how the HPN Pro Series content can address each of these three reasons why learners don't complete their learning. We'll address the lack of interest through our content. We'll address the lack of access through our learner experience. And the lack of reward we will address through our certificate at the end of this program. So those will be our three main areas of focus. Again, we're going from good to great using the HPN Pro series with its engagement boosting content, its flexible learner experience, and its certificate-driven course structure. So first, we'll focus on the engagement boosting content itself. The HPN Pro series is really designed to be a deep dive of content that will allow an advisor to get more immersed in a specific topic so that they can not only learn by watching the videos, but also test their knowledge and ensure that they're retaining what they've learned. And then finally getting that certificate at the end to verify and validate what they have experienced. So the Pro Series currently contains many of our key topic areas on the HPN University. I'm just highlighting these for you on the screen right now. They include our most popular Prospecting Pro. So there are videos about prospecting, things like networking and telephoning. So those key sales skills areas, and also some practice management topics like activity management and sales psychology, as well as life insurance and social media. So there's a great range of topics in the Pro Series specifically. One of the things that makes this content connect with learners is that it's made by the industry for the industry and features the perspectives and the learned experience from some of the best in the industry, whether those are top subject matter experts or actual producers and leaders who are walking the walk and who are the best of the best. So this is a way that we help this content connect with your learners, because it's like they have, one-on-one private access with any of these amazing experts and leaders to give them that information that is so valuable. The other thing that makes this course really relevant and valuable is that, as I mentioned before, it's a deep dive program. So each one of these Pro Series courses contains a series of 10 videos, and then each video is followed by a knowledge check quiz. It's a 5-question interactive quiz that they take to demonstrate that they have retained what they learned from that video. And then finally, at the end of that course, there is a digital certificate that they will be able to download with their name and to them. These courses are also set up so that they have to work through them in a specific order, so that we can definitely ensure that they are getting the full scope of the course. Now, where on the university do we find these Pro Series? I'm sure that is the question that you have. And I wanted to highlight where exactly you'll find that, starting from our main menu. So on this view, if you open the main menu at the top left-hand side of the screen, and then scroll down to where it says coaching resources, that's where you'll find all of this curated content that really takes some of that overwhelm away from both managers and producers by helping you get some really good programs that are already ready to go. And then within that coaching resources section, you will find the Pro Series area. So within that, you'll find all of the different courses that I listed. And you can access any of them or browse through any of them without ever having to leave the main menu. You can also look for any of the Pro Series by simply typing in Pro in the search bar, and that will pull up the entire list of those Pro Series courses. So we've talked about how the content is able to connect and engage with the learners. And now we're going to move on to that user experience piece, which has to do with how they access and how easy it is for learners to get in and explore the Pro Series or any of the content on the university. The HPN University provides a great learner experience based largely on its mobile-friendly design. This entire platform can be utilized on any device, whether it's your desktop or laptop or your tablet or your mobile device, and it will scale itself automatically to give a good user experience and a clear picture and everything. All you have to do is connect to your Wi-Fi or your data, and then you can watch this content and stream it. So it does require an internet access point, but it's all available sort of on the cloud, and you can take it with you. Many learners like to use this content when they're on the go, whether they are on their commute or they are working out, or they are up and moving. Many of our learners actually listen to our videos, just put it on play, and then just listen to the audio like a podcast. And that's a great way to utilize the content. All of the videos in this course and throughout the library are between 5 and 10 minutes in length. And that is not only important for the user experience, but also for that engagement and content piece. So everything is in micro learning doses, really easy to absorb, and not a moment is wasted in those videos. The platform also offers status tracking so that as a learner is working through a course like the Pro Series, they can keep tabs on their progress with indicators that are available throughout the site. And I will show you those live on the site in just a moment. And then finally, you have the ability to trigger some reminder emails if you want to. And that is a great way that advisors can hold themselves accountable, and also managers can create some scale and systematic approach with this content. So we're going to talk more about that. They are a manager or an advisor, has the ability to enroll themselves in any of our courses, including the Pro Series. So you can actually open up a course like Prospecting Pro, and then click on the button that says Enroll, and that will immediately trigger a series of email notifications like the one you see on the right side of my screen that says you've been enrolled in this course. Click here to start, and that email will actually come on a weekly cadence so that I can continue working my way through a course and not lose sight of it in everything else that I've got to do for the week. So the other great thing about enrolling in a course is that when you get these email notifications, you don't have to log in with your username and password. So that's one way that we can remove an obstacle or a perceived obstacle from an advisor who's trying to get access to this content. So no password required if you enroll in a course. Managers can also take advantage of that same functionality by enrolling your advisors with the click of a button. And for managers using this site, you'll see that every course has a red button here that says Enroll Others. And this will allow you, by clicking this, it will allow you to access the administrative side of the website, where you can select one or more of your advisors that you want to push that course out to, and trigger that series of notifications. So all you have to do is click that enroll button, and it's so easy. And by the way, I'll just mention what happens when a manager assigns a course to an advisor is that the advisor immediately gets that automatic notification, and it also will drop that course right on the user's homepage when they log into the site or when they access the site at any time. So it keeps that course front and center. And any of our Pro Series courses would be a great option to enroll your advisors in and have that front and center for them. Now, of course, one of the key benefits of taking a course like the Pro Series, which is a longer, more deep dive, more exposure to, this content, one of the great benefits is to get a certificate at the end. And this entire course is certificate driven. So when you complete that series of 10 videos and then their quizzes, you will have the ability to unlock a digital certificate that looks like the one that I've got up on the screen. And you'll be able to download that. You can turn it into an image if you want, put that at the bottom of your auto signature. It's also great to share on LinkedIn, and we really do encourage sort of that social learning aspect. So this is a great idea for a class or program that you might implement with a group of advisors, and then encourage them all to share their certificate upon completion. So that is a key strategy to driving engagement on the university. Now, I want to take a moment and show you live on the site. So I'm just flipping over to my profile on the HPN University, and you should see that on my homepage, when I sign in, I have, as a default, landed on my enrolled tab. So this is showing me the 3 courses that I'm signed up for. And I can actually see, if I scroll down a little bit, the status bar that's showing me how I've worked my way through the courses or the videos in that particular course, and also a status showing 0% complete on a couple of other courses that I've been enrolled in. So I know that I've got to get going on those assignments. So let's walk through the process as a manager, how you might locate the Pro Series content and how you could assign that to one or more of your advisors. So to do that, I'm going to access the main menu, click on that, and then scroll down to where it says Coaching Resources. And scroll over, and it's the very first item on the Coaching Resources tab. From here, you can select any of those Pro series. So we'll look at Prospecting Pro in this example. So as this loads, you'll see that every one of these courses includes a video with a micro-learning module and then a quiz after. So that's the order that they're set up in. When we open the video, what you're going to see on the screen is a video panel, and there's some really great features that I want to show you live on the site here. So the video will play here. You just hit the play button to start that. You can also enable closed captions. And there's the ability, this is really cool, you can adapt the language, speed, or subtitles on the playback of this video. So you actually have the ability to select a different language. Let's say you wanted to watch this video in Spanish, you can change that and the video will automatically be translated for you. Likewise, you can select different subtitle options. So if you prefer to watch the video in English, which is the default, but also have the subtitles, you can go ahead and select that here. Also, if you like to work fast, you can change the speed so it will run at half time, or if you need it to slow down, you have the option to elongate that as well. So some really great features to show you on the Pro Series here. And then you do have the ability to save a video. You can rate the video and give it your feedback. And then you can move on to the next quiz or the next piece in the series right from the tree that you see at the bottom here. So those are some great additional areas I wanted to show you. Now let's talk about how we could assign this to an advisor. From the course listing, I have the red button here, and all I have to do is click Enroll Others. And that brings me to the back end of the site where I can see the list of the users that I have in my organization. Many times you will only see the advisors or producers that are in your unit or your region. So you'll want to connect with your home office administrator if you're not seeing what you think you should be seeing. From here, you can select one or more individuals that you want to assign this to. You could even assign it to everybody by clicking the link at the top here. And then you click the enroll button. Now, when this window pops up, you have a couple of other options that are valuable here. You can actually add a due date. If you want them to complete Prospecting Pro by a specific date, click yes, and then you have the option to select a certain period of time, like 2 weeks, or a specific date if you want it completed by a specific date. Then you click the enroll button. And again, it's going to trigger that automatic notification to go out to the learner. And it's going to place that course right on their homepage. Now, once you've assigned that, you have the ability to run all kinds of great reports and track. And I do, again, encourage you to look at our previous session on the recording of which is on our YouTube and on HPN University. And you can see more about the reports and how you can use those for an accountability conversation. So as we wrap up here, I'm going to come back to our presentation and just summarize a couple of points that we've discussed today. Today, we've looked at the HPN Pro series as a model for how you can really boost engagement with our great content, our flexible learning experience, and that certificate-driven structure. The main point that I want to drive home is that we have found year after year after year a direct correlation between positive engagement and activity on the site by producers and positive growth in their productivity. There are so many variables that influence an advisor's success in this industry, but we can say for certain that the way that they engage with learning resources like the Pro Series will show up in other places for them in terms of dedication, in terms of their knowledge, and their confidence, really. So that is why it's so key to utilize the great courses and programs that we have on the university. So now I want to take a couple of minutes and open up for questions. I see that we have one already. Annie shares that I love the quiz section, which can test if I understand the concepts. Thanks so much for sharing that, Annie. Yes, the quizzing is not meant to be difficult. It is really meant to help the learner cement the concepts and the best practices that they have learned in those videos, and make sure that they have retained them because there is a lot of information. So thanks for sharing that, Annie. And I encourage you, if you have any questions, to feel free to post those in the chat box or the Q&A section of our webinar today, and we can take a look at those. I do want to give you a moment to put those in, and while we do that, I will mention again, there are currently about 1,000 different videos in the university, and we have found by far that well, two things that I'll share with you. One is that our most popular topics are the sales skills topics and also the practice management and motivation topics. That seems to be where the most value is found for advisors across the world. And the other thing that we'll say is that we have found that engagement is driven so heavily by managers who assign and enroll content and use the platform as an extension of your toolbox as a manager. So those are two critical things I wanted to share. Andrew shared that he likes the option to speed up the videos if it helps with people's style of learning. Absolutely. We at HPN have watched a lot of the videos on that sort of fast track, and sometimes it's just great to be able to do that if you are limited in your time, or it does, like you said, help with your learning style. So thanks for sharing that feedback. All right. Well, we've reached pretty much the end of our time together, and I want to give you a quick point of access. If you're ready to get started using the HPN Pro series, you can actually grab your mobile device and hold it up to this QR code, and it will take you right there. All right. Thank you so much for spending time with us today on this webinar. It's been a blast to really dive in on best practices using the HPN University. This whole series of 3 videos is chock full of great nuggets and strategies to help you optimize the investment that your organization has made in this tool and also save you tremendous time and energy and really position you as the transformational leader that I know that you want to be in this year. So good luck. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us at info@hoopus.com with your questions and feedback. Thanks so much.